Peperinos! Welcome to another episode of the Disney Beans. I'm Cherry.
I'm good.
And in the other room is Josie. So we're finally getting around to giving our top 10 things about the fourth park that's on Disney World property, which is Animal Kingdom. There's not a whole lot left right now because they've taken out,
So much.
They took out Camp Minnie Mickey like ages ago to put in the new Pandora thing, which is not open yet. The latest rumor I heard is sometime is in 2017.
And we haven't seen Rivers of Light or the new Jungle
Well, Rivers
thing.
of Light's not even open
Yeah.
yet. They pushed it back. I don't. At this point, we don't even know if it's going to be
It just
going
says
on.
coming soon.
Yeah, and at this point, we don't even know if it's going to be done by the time we get there in December.
And we haven't seen the new Jungle Book thing.
Yeah, which is kind of taking its place until they get the Rivers of Light up and going.
Yeah, so there's some things we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, so just keep in mind this is from the last time we visited in September, our experiences for that and before. So, all right, so I have my top 10 like before. I have my top 10, he has his top 10, and we don't know what each other has. So, since the first two I started, and why don't you start this one?
Okay. My number 10 is a character dining experience that you can have at Animal Kingdom, and it was where Josie first hot dog danced with the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse characters,
Yes.
and they were the safari characters because you're in Africa. But at Tusker House, we did the breakfast,
Yes.
and they had Safari Mickey, Safari Goofy, Safari Donald,
Safari Daisy.
or Safari Daisy, and I don't think Minnie was there.
No, it's just those four.
It's just those four. So, but we happened to get a corner table that had some space in between us and other groups, so Josie could get down in the floor and dance with the characters.
They loved her
And-
too. Oh my god.
Goofy in particular, because he loved her pigtails.
Yeah, he loves
Um,
play. He loves. It's like they're commiserating about both having pigtails. It was
Yeah.
really, really cute.
But that was where she first hot dog danced with the characters, and
That was really special.
That has a special place.
And plus, the food there's really good. We're actually going to be doing the lunch there. I've never done. Well, I did the lunch there ages and ages ago, back when it was a counter service at Tusker House. So I'm looking forward to trying some different dishes. But the breakfast was really good. The jungle juice that they have for breakfast is, oh my gosh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
and it's the same juice that they have at other restaurants throughout all the other parks.
Yeah, they had it at the Polynesian at Ohana too.
And they also had it.
There was another place too.
There was another place that had it as well,
I can't
and
remember.
it was really good. It's like a mango guava.
Yeah, mango guava. Yeah.
Thing that's really, I don't know what else in it, but it's good. I just wanna
Yeah,
drink it.
seriously, if anyone right now is at Walt Disney World,
Get the jungle juice.
get the jungle juice, and if you could send me some, if you could just
Yeah.
mail us some, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So
That's my number 10.
That's a really good choice. My number 10 is an attraction in Dino Land. It is Dinosaur. We can't really do that right now because Josie's not quite big enough, and I think it might scare her even if it wasn't. She's never really seen the movie, but
Well, she might be big enough next time I go.
no, it's 40. It's 40
Is it
inches.
40
Yeah, it's
inches?
40 inches. I doubt Joey's going to reach 40 inches
She might
by
be
then.
38.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think she'll definitely be 38.
We'll
So she can ride Kelly River Rapids, but yeah. I really like how it follows the movie. The idea of the movie, and then you have Wallace Langley. I can't remember his exact name, but he was the one who was the voice of the main dinosaur in the movie. And you go back in time to try to save the iguanodon, and of course, it's a Disney ride. Something goes horribly wrong, and you wind up, near a flesh-eating
Carnivore.
carnivore. But
She just said, ah!
I did. But I really,
It's like a velociraptor.
yeah, Velociraptor.
Velociraptor.
So you totally sound like Butthead saying that. Velociraptor.
She said velociraptor.
Okay. But no, I really like how it follows the idea of the movie, and trying to save animals from extinction. I mean, there's also, there's always some sort of conservation message.
Through any Disney
Uh,
experience,
especially
around animals.
especially Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
But anyway, that's my number 10. So how about your number 9?
Okay, my number 9 on that conservation theme, Conservation Station, Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Very good.
Really, just about that, I like the message that they try to send across, that preserving the ecosystem so that the animals have habitat, and that we can coexist with the animals in their habitat without destroying it.
Yes, and I love how you can see like the surgeries that they have going on, and everything that they do to take care of the animals. And they have the petting zoo too, affection station, I think is what it's called.
Yep. And Josie has not done that yet, so
she hasn't.
that might be something for her next time
And
we
they
go.
have characters there. You actually met Jiminy Cricket there.
Jiminy Cricket there, and we saw Pocahontas there too.
Yes, but since Pocahontas and Friends is no longer since there's no longer Camp Minnie Mickey, that's where she's most likely to appear. So my number 9 is actually, it's kind of a cheesy show, but I love birds, especially exotic birds. I don't like the ones that are outside your window at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Or the ones that people fly at you on the highway.
Yeah, I don't like those. However, I really enjoy Flights of Wonder. Now, I agree it could use an upgrade because it's the same show that's been there for ages and ages and ages. But I really enjoy watching, the birds and the.
Bird. Sorry.
Please don't. No, please don't. Not that song. Excuse me. The guide's telling you the different the different facts about each bird, and you have the big, they come, flying through the crowd and up to the stage, and I could do without the whole cheesy thing with the tour guide type thing, but I enjoy learning about birds, so that's why it's my number 9.
There you go.
Number 8.
All right, so this one might come as a surprise or may not, but my number 8 is also in Dino Land.
Okay.
The Primeval World.
No way. My number 8 is the Primeval World.
Okay. So the reason for that, it's a smaller coaster type ride,
but it's pretty intense.
If you've ever been to places like Busch Gardens, Busch Gardens Williamsburg in particular has a ride called the Wild Mouse.
Yes.
And it's very similar to that. You go down, up and down, and up and down, and then you whirl around, and then you go back the other way, and then you whirl around, and you go back the other way, and you whirl around, and go back the other way. You start at the top, middle tier, lower tier, and you work your way around. So it's kind of an old classic carnival type coaster, which kind of fits the theme of Dinoland. It's kind of a dinosaur carnival area type thing. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of fun, and every time I'm on that ride, we're spinning around and going back and forth, and I find myself laughing uncontrollably because it's just fun.
And that's a good way to play the game. The curb put me there because you're always going.
Yes.
The curb took me there.
Yeah.
But you know what I call Primeval World?
What?
The hurl bucket.
The hurl bucket.
Because it's like you get off of it and it's
and
like.
you're like, well, she might be, but.
Yeah, well, I didn't used to be, but actually, spinny things have always kind of made me go. Bleh. But I agree. I enjoy it, and I like the theming of it. Like you said, the whole. What it kind of reminds me of, my Gaston County peeps will remember back in the day, they used to have the Gaston County Fair in the Roses parking lot in Belmont, North Carolina, and there were all kinds of little carnival type rides, and I always really enjoyed that, and it kind of took me back to that. That's part of the reason why it made my list.
All right.
Number 7.
Number 7. It's Tough to Be a Bug.
No way.
Wow. Well, in fairness, there's only so many attractions. So
true, but for them to actually line up is pretty crazy.
So It's Tough to Be a Bug is inside the Tree of Life, and it's a show. You go sit down and you learn about life as a bug with the characters from A Bug's Life.
Yes.
and the smells that they offer you.
Cleared a room.
Yeah, cleared a room. He clears it too.
No, she does. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a stink bug.
But it's a show with puppetry and smells and
A lot of
sensory stuff, which is typical of Disney attractions like this. They do sensory stuff. You feel the bugs running up your back and through the chairs
and on your butt
and all that stuff. So I mean, but it's a lot of fun, and we took Josie in there, and she was like,
yeah, it was funny.
So she was wondering what was going on. So, but yeah, it's
she kept taking her glasses off too.
Yeah,
so.
she did. So she didn't really get the whole 3D thing, but it's also a good place to go and cool off on a hot day because it's air conditioned inside.
And you're down. Yeah, you're down inside the Tree of Life. If you've never done it, you're actually inside.
Yep.
And I love some of the things I love. I love the movie posters that are out there, like Beauty and the Bees.
Yeah.
And it actually has bees singing Beauty and the Beast. But I've always been a fan of the movie A Bug's Life. I love Flick, partially because the voice of Flick is the amazing Dave Foley, who was one of the members of Kids in the Hall. I was a huge fan of Kids in the Hall in the 90s.
See, every time I hear Flick, I think of A Christmas Story and the kid that
not
stuck
not
his
that
tongue.
Flick.
I know, but the kid that stuck his tongue to the
telephone
flagpole.
Yeah, but this is what.
Stack.
But this one is voiced by Dave Foley. Also, something else you may not know or you may know, the voice of Pleakley in Lilo and Stitch was voiced by Kevin McDonald, who is also a member of Kids in the Hall. But I love Kevin Spacey as Hopper. I was a really big fan of that, and I really loved that attraction. Oh my goodness! And with us, as always, is Josie. Say hi, Josie. Hi. Can you blow kisses? Good. Awesome. All right. So our number 7
Tough to be a bug.
is Tough to Be a Bug. All right. How about your number 6?
Okay, my number 6 is one that we did. I did for the first time on our last trip last September.
Okay.
And it is largely made the list largely because of this little girl in my lap, and one of her favorite movies, Finding Nemo the musical.
Very cool.
The show, which puts the movie Finding Nemo into a musical format with large puppets on stage that actually have actors that control the puppets and voice and do the voices for them. But they basically act out the main parts of the movie on stage and have it to music. Some of it original music that you'll only hear there. So Josie seemed to really enjoy it. She really loved the bubbles at the end. So
she did.
That was a lot of fun.
That was actually one of the only things she really got into with Animal Kingdom. I was shocked, as much as she loves animals. I was counting on Animal Kingdom to be the big hit.
Some of the stuff she just couldn't see, like and we'll talk more about this later on some of the other stuff. But some of the stuff she just wasn't tall enough to see some of the things when we were out there. So. But yeah, that's my next one is Finding Nemo the musical.
And that's always impressed me as being very. The reason why that ride has always impressed me is because it's very it's very Broadway quality.
Yes.
It really is totally Broadway quality.
And you have some really quality actors and actresses.
Yes. All right. So my number 6 actually is not a ride, an attraction per se, but I really enjoy walking through Pangani Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think they're renaming it, or they have renamed it. If someone can comment below and let me know what they renamed it. But that's where you walk through right after coming off of.
Tigers.
No, that's Maharaja Jungle.
Oh, that's
Track.
Maharaja Jungle.
This is the one where you come off of Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Right.
But I really truly enjoyed. I enjoyed that walk through. I think this is the one where you walk through and see the big bats and the naked mole rats. I always like somebody put some clothes on those naked mole rats. But Yeah, I enjoy. It's another way of kind of communing with nature. You know what I mean? But that's my number 6 is Pangani Forest.
All right, so top 5 time.
Yes.
All right, my top 5. She's already mentioned, so we won't elaborate a whole lot. But dinosaur.
Very good.
And this is the ride where you ride through, and as she said, something goes horribly wrong, and you end up
Not our dino.
being confronted by a flesh-eating carnivore.
Not our dino.
So yeah,
That's the common thing. You come off of that going, not our dino.
yeah. So dinosaur is my number 5.
Very good. Well, my number 5 is something that you have already mentioned, so I won't go into a whole lot about it. It is Finding Nemo the musical.
How about that?
But yeah, like he said, she adores Nemo,
Josie.
and she really.
Leave the DVDs
We were
on.
actually kind of towards the front, and
Josie.
where the bubbles came
Go watch
down,
Mickey.
and she was all about those bubbles.
Yes.
And
Let's see those
and
bubbles.
like I said, just total Broadway quality, and putting that on. And the one I was the most impressed with was the guy who played Crush. I mean
Yeah.
that's really impressive. Dude. All right, number 4.
All right, my number 4. Caution, because on this attraction you will get wet.
No way.
Kali River Rapids.
It's my number 4 too.
Okay, so it's a raft ride through the wild and woolly African river thing, or is it Asian?
I think it's Asia.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Asian.
this is in Asia.
It is in Asia. So, but it's right beside Africa. So, but it's a whitewater raft ride, basically round raft
With another conservation message.
with another conservation message. But if you've gone to most theme parks, like Kings Dominion has a whitewater canyon.
They used to have one at Carowinds.
Carowinds
But
had
that was
one.
that was a great water ride, actually.
At Busch Gardens Williamsburg, it's Roman Rapids. But basically, it's a raft ride only. This raft is bigger than some of those. Most of the ones at the other parks only seat 6. I think this one seats 8 or 9.
8 or 9 or 8 or 10.
Maybe it's 10.
Yeah.
But it's a larger raft. The thing that I like about it, in the center, you have a place to put your valuables to keep them dry.
Yes.
So that you can get wet, but your cell phone won't.
And I always get drenched. I'm the one in the boat that always gets drenched, no matter what.
So, yeah.
My only complaint about Cali River, and honestly, if it weren't for this, it would actually be higher on my list because I really enjoy raft rides like that, is it's too short. They should have made it
Longer.
at least another 3 or 4 minutes longer. Just, because, I mean, it's hard to really grasp the concept of it in that short of a ride, honestly.
Yeah, and you have to wait in a pretty long line to get on it. So.
Yeah, well, unless you play it right. But
Unless
we're
you
going
play
in
it right.
December,
So
and it
probably
probably
not.
won't be. Well,
There'll be people
it
there.
depends on if it's cold that day.
The temperature, yeah.
Because because it's 30, you have to be 38 inches,
Should
so
be able
she
to
may
ride
be able to ride it. Yeah. All right, so our number 4 was Cali River Rapids. Number 3.
Number 3, and I mentioned this earlier. There were certain things and certain rides where we thought it was going to be a huge hit with her, with Josie, and the reason it wasn't is because she couldn't see. And the reason she couldn't see is because she's not run really tall enough. And with this particular ride, she had to sit in the center, could not be on the sides, which I understand for safety reasons. And it's Kilimanjaro Safaris is my number 3. And the reason she couldn't be near the sides is because, well, there's wild animals outside the Jeep.
Yes.
And you don't want little ones' fingers and hands and going outside the Jeep because they don't understand why they can't do that. So she had to sit in the center. So she really just couldn't see very well. Plus we were kind of, I think if we had been more toward the back of the Jeep, she could have looked out the back, but she couldn't stand up so she could see. We couldn't hold her up so she could see. She had to sit on her bottom in the seat, and she just couldn't see.
Yeah.
But
as far as your experience.
But as far as my experience goes, I mean, I really enjoy it going out and on the safari. I really enjoyed the old theme that they had where you were trying to catch poachers. They took that away.
I know, I know that. I mean, I understand them adding more animals in and everything, but and the whole thing with the baby elephant, the fake baby elephant, was kind of Baby Red or whatever.
Yeah,
the name
where you're
was.
trying to save the baby elephant from the poachers.
Okay, that I get, but I really enjoyed that message with the poachers and.
Now, the last time that we were out there, we actually got a really good view of the male lion, which was really cool.
And that's rare.
That's rare because normally he's sleeping during the daytime because lions are nocturnal.
But he was up and
he was up on his rock and he was ruling his kingdom.
Being awesome, yeah.
So,
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Right, that's a really good one.
Yep.
All right, my number 3 is probably the closest thing at Animal Kingdom you're going to get to a thrill ride. It's actually one of the better coasters I've ever ridden. I was very impressed with the theming of it. It is, of course, Expedition Everest. I actually watched before I went to go ride this for the first time. When it opened, I saw the special that they did on the Travel Channel where the main Imagineer talked about actually going to Asia and going to Nepal and actually seeing the culture and the extent that he went through to create this ride was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the theming in the queue lines and on the ride itself, is phenomenal. And it's a very thrilling coaster. The whole trying to escape the Yeti thing
and you go up
he's misunderstood.
And then you go back and then
he's totally misunderstood. You're in his territory. I mean, you're riding through his territory. You deserve to get it. Is that right? You cannot argue with that. Alright, so my number 3 is Expedition Everest.
Yep. Well, my number 2 is your number 3. So. Is that right? Is that 10? So there you have it, Josie's top 10. Okay. But yeah, my number 2 is Expedition Everest. And as you've heard me say in previous videos, I'm a thrill ride junkie, and
okay.
Yeah, I'm a thrill ride junkie, and I love the thrill rides, and that's the closest thing to a thrill ride you can get at Animal Kingdom. So Expedition Everest is my number 2.
Very good. Well, you have already mentioned your number 3 is my number 2.
How about that?
Which is Kilimanjaro Safaris. Like he said, I've always enjoyed that ride. I always get a fast pass first thing in the morning and then closer to time to leave.
It's one of the more popular rides in the park because, well, it's Animal Kingdom and it's the safari ride.
Yes. But it's always impressive to me to ride it at one point of the day and then another point of the day and see which different animals come. You're going to get different animals.
Different ones come out at different times.
It's awesome when you actually get to see a good glimpse of the cheetah.
Yeah.
I've only, in all the times that I've ridden Kilimanjaro Safaris, I've only gotten like one really good view of the cheetah.
I think I was there.
Yes. Yeah. It was amazing. Such beautiful animals. And these creatures are just amazing. So, why do I have a feeling our number 1 are going to be the same?
Because our number 1 is both Festival of Lion King.
You're absolutely right. It is the best show on property. There has not been a time that I have not walked away from that show with tears in my eyes and a smile on my face. It's just at the same time. It's one of those happy cry type things because it's just so beautiful. And what I was talking about with Finding Nemo, Broadway quality, the singers are amazing.
Tumble monkeys.
The Tumble Monkeys, you cannot go wrong with Tumble Monkeys. It's a scientific fact, people. I mean, it's just I think it's a phenomenal show, and the best one on property, especially now since Hunchback has been gone for. I'm still lamenting 13 years later about Hunchback of Notre Dame, but
Tumble monkeys.
The Tumble Monkeys.
I have one honorable mention I'm gonna throw out there.
Well, okay, so you don't have anything else to say about it. Okay, so you have an honorable mention, so do I.
I have one honorable mention, and it is probably the best. Well, it's the best counter service food you can get, in my opinion, at Animal Kingdom, and it's Yak and Yeti.
Yak and yes.
First of all, you go up, and the food's always fresh and hot.
Yes.
The portion size is excellent. It's basically Asian fare, so like orange chicken or I think is it honey orange chicken? I think is one.
They have honey chicken.
They have honey chicken. They have orange chicken. They have so basically it's like it's Asian fare. So.
And you get it in like a Chinese takeout box.
And so it's really easy to carry over to a table and just eat right.
If you can find a table.
Yeah, and just eat right out of the box, and then you're on your way. But it's always hot, it's always fresh, and and the quality is good.
I actually, it's my favorite counter service on property. I actually think the food quality is better than the table service for Yak and Yeti for sure.
I don't know. I like the table service.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just saying that the counter service is better. Okay, well my honorable mention is one that you have already mentioned in your top 10. It is Rafiki's Planet Watch.
How about that?
Yeah. You can find some really, if you're patient, you can find some really rare characters. There's like Jiminy Cricket. He doesn't appear very often. So yeah, and the conservation message back there is something that I wish they would do something back there with Lion Guard, since they had actually had that going on for a while when the show first premiered. I know this one would eat it up. She loves Lion Guard.
She loves Kanyan and manga.
And so I have to, since we're talking about Animal Kingdom, I have to lament a little bit about what I miss. And it's probably the thing that I missed, other than the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It would have been probably her number 2 on her list.
No, it would be my number 1.
Your number 1, even over Festival?
Even over Festival. Because it was my favorite parade ever at Walt Disney World. The Jammin' Jungle Parade. I miss that so much. I don't know why they stopped doing it. It has to do with Rivers of Light and Pandora. I'm just like, but you don't have anything during the day. I mean, at Magic Kingdom, you still have a daytime parade with all that nighttime stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they took it away. And the music was great. I'm just glad that I got the soundtrack to it.
Yeah.
But it was always my favorite parade, and it was another one of those happy cry things. When it would end, I would just be like almost in tears. It's just that good. So anyway, that is our top 10 for Animal Kingdom. I'd originally planned for us to do like a top 10 thing about Disney Springs, but we may still do it, but it would still be based on stuff that we've seen, in September.
And there's so much different now.
There's so much more going on, but we may do it at least, like our pre-December trip, and then we can do another one like later after we visit. But I got my vlogging camera, and I'm gonna go around the house once I get my little handheld steady thing, showing off some of our Disney swag. So see, she's showing off some of her Disney swag too. See, she's got Elsa on her little gown. Yeah.
What does Elsa say? Let it go.
You let it go. Terrible back anymore.
Alright, so we are going to sign off with that, and I'm going to try to get, we'll do Disney Springs probably next weekend. Well, actually, maybe after that, because we're going to Virginia for this little girl's birthday.
Which is next week.
Next week, she turns...
You let go. The bye-bye.
Yay!
The cold doesn't bother me.
So, so I will try to once I get the little handheld thing, I will try to the steady cam thing. I will try to vlog on some of our Disney swag. So until then, this is Josie,
Gooch.
and I'm Cherry, and we're the Disney Beams, and we'll see you later. So love, peace, and rock.
See ya.
Mwah! Bye guys.
Bye.
Blow kisses. Oh, all right. Bye guys. Love.